Okay, great. All right.
Awesome.
Okay. Sorry about the delay, everybody. Appreciate your patience. Okay, so welcome, everybody. This is progress meeting number 8. Oh, I sent out a revised agenda. It's pretty much the same agenda that we had last time, but I just rearranged a few things. I just thought that it would make more logical sense to do it in a certain order. So, so if you'll notice this portion up here, which is the overview, that's what we do every time. We start out with the big picture overview of what has been accomplished since the project began up through today. So that's big picture. And then the next portion, which I called April 2021. So that's going to be the gist of today's meeting. The lion's share of today's meeting is about what progress have we accomplished in April. So this is the April progress meeting. And then anything that had to do with planned work, that's what I rearranged. I put that at the end because I just thought chronologically that makes sense. You know, we start with the big picture, then we do a deep dive until last month, and then we look forward to next month, or well, actually this month, and talk about planned work, and then questions at the end. It's not a big change, but I just thought that made more sense. So anyway, that's the agenda. Okay. All right. So like every time, I like to begin with a safety moment. Today's safety moment is about actually office safety, and it's funny, you know, when we're in the construction industry, the majority of our efforts are really focused about safety in the field and keeping our construction workers safe, because that's high hazard work. But it's also important to address that office environments also need to consider safety. You guys might want to mute your microphone, please. Thanks. So what I was saying is there are tens of thousands of injuries that happen in the office every year, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Common office injuries include falls or tripping hazards like cords or boxes that are in the way or something, strains and sprains due to lifting objects, or if they're heavy and you're trying to lift them by yourself. Also, ergonomic related injuries, these can develop over time if your work area isn't correctly set up for you specifically. So to maintain a safe work environment, safe work practices include keep your work area clean and tidy. Don't have things lying around that will cause tripping hazards. When you do lift heavy boxes or something, use proper lifting techniques, or have a buddy to help you lift heavy objects. And in terms of ergonomics, you should make sure that your chair and your desk and whatever other office furniture that you have are adjusted to fit you. And specifically, your chair height should be such that your thighs are parallel to the floor, your feet are on the ground, and your lower back is supported. And the height of your desk should be such that your arms make a 90-degree angle with the table and your wrists are straight. All righty. Oh, you have any questions? Oh, okay. Any questions? All right. So there you go. That's office safety. Okay. So next is the progress overview, work accomplished to date. So like we talk about every time, as of April 30th, here are our accomplishments on the key items. So we're just about done with all the water line. I think there's only a small portion left on at the end of West Bellfort, or maybe that was put in May this last week, so I'm not sure. But so as of April 30th, 98% of the water line was done, 98% of the storm sewer was done. Sanitary sewer says 101%. That's basically because we overran that pay item. But anyway, sanitary sewer, I think we are done. Last weekend we installed the last bit of sanitary that was toward the freeway, near the freeway, the crossing. Anyway, new pavement, we have 84% of the new pavement complete, and 84% of the sidewalks are in, and probably next month we'll start like the tree replacements and sodding and such. But that's our dashboard. Cash flow, again, big picture. To date, the total value earned is $4,972,000 out of the whole budget. That's the cumulative. And for the month of April, the value of the work that was performed was $539,000. In terms of schedule, so our forecasted completion date is July 26th. The contractor is 123 days ahead of schedule. We've had several change orders. So the change orders that are listed in green have been issued and approved and paid for, paid the contractor. And the ones that are in orange are still pending. And actually, there's a few more that I need to add to this list. I just haven't sent out the RFPs yet, but I think actually we have 14 change orders coming or pending. Anyway, so with all the change orders that we have on the screen, the new contract amount is just over $6 million. If we don't deduct the pay items we're not going to use, that will come out to 102% of the budget. But when I actually did the over and under and report, and I deducted the things that we're not going to use or not going to use the remainder of those pay items, we're actually sitting at 99% right now of the budget. So percent in place complete is 83%. Percent complete by time is 57%. So good job, SER. Okay, here are the phases of construction. Again, all of the phases have been complete. We are now in phase 6. So here's phase 6. So it jumps out at you, the median. Okay, so that was the progress overview. Now we can dive into the month of April specifically. So just to review the previous action items, all the action items are done. Well, no, that's not true. two out of 5 action items are done, and I am the guilty party for the majority of these. I do have a question to Byron about the invoices, but I will ask you when we get to the part about the lab. Byron, are you here? Okay, good. Yes, okay. All right, so I'll ask you about it when we get later on. So as far as the change orders, I apologize. I've prepared change order number 9, and then 10, 11, 12, and then the new ones, 13 and 14, I haven't gotten to yet. So that's on my to-do list for this week. Also, I'm sorry, Sam, I haven't really had a chance to look at the claims. I promise this week I will get that done. Okay, so it'll be on the May.
What? Nancy, what was a chance to what?
Is this Byron?
No, this is Sam. You said you didn't have a chance to look at what?
Oh, the claims. The 2 proposals that you sent about, there were 2 claims. One is about a reimbursement for manhole number 9 that we didn't use, and one is about the bypass, the temporary bypass for the sanitary sewer line that was damaged and backing up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I apologize. I mean, I've just been overwhelmed, but I will get to them this week, and they will be on the May pay estimate. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, good. All right. So moving on. So here's the progress update for everything completed during the last month. For the water line, we've pretty much finished, I think, all of the water line for Exhibit B and all the wet connections involved, and there's just Exhibit C that's left. So we've installed the last bit of 16-inch DIP pipe, 12-inch DIP pipe, waterline services. We had a couple of services. We did the 16 by 8 TSNV for the fire line at Foodorama. There were 3 wet connections that were performed all on the southwest corner of the intersection, I think. There were 4 cut and plugs. All right, so that was for the water line. And then for the storm sewer, we had 1 storm inlet. I think this is at the location where there was arch pipe, I think. So on the west of the intersection, on the south side of West Bellfort. And then for roadway, 56 tons of lime, reinforced concrete pavement. We finished up, I guess, all of the left turn lanes and right turn lanes and everything that was surrounding the intersection. So we finished the concrete pour there. High early strength concrete was used for the intersection and a few other spots and the driveways, concrete driveways. Oh, sorry. Okay. Also, I think pretty much all of the sidewalk is in now on the south side, except for that specialty sidewalk that's at the T-Mobile location. The retaining walls are all done, and where we decided to cancel the retaining wall, we ended up using sloped paving. So we were just able to taper it back and do a sloped concrete pavement there. For traffic, for the traffic signals, Reliable installed 2-inch and 4-inch conduit. They installed 1 pole box, preformed loop detectors, and then finally, traffic control. This is just a photo of the buttons, temporary markers located in the field, as well as I think this is the traffic control for phase 6, I believe. All right, so that's what I have for the work completed during April. I have a few slides of issues or things that came up during April that were resolved. So so I'll show those to you as well. And then Sam, oh, I forgot, is Manuel on the line?
Manuel is not.
Oh, okay. If he was here, I was going to introduce him to the team, just formally to let everybody know we have a new superintendent. Okay, well that's all right. It's okay. But anyway, I was going to say, Sam, you can jump in if you want to add anything to these slides. I put together some slides about things that had been issues in April that were resolved. So there was a leak on the north side of West Bellfort, and it turns out it was due to 2 broken water meters. So the city of Houston replaced those water meters and took care of that problem. There was an MCI utility box that used to be in the old sidewalk, and then once we widened the street, it ended up being in the roadway, and then MCI came out and moved it back. So now it's again behind the curb. So that's taken care of. Okay, let's see. There was a downed bicycle traffic signal on the job site. We don't know how it fell down, but SCR was kind enough to put it back up for us, and it's working. Seems to be working. It's a solar-powered traffic signal for bicyclists. There was a portion of the existing storm inlet lead that was actually arch pipe instead of round RCP. So SCR had to purchase like specific arch pipe to fit that existing to be able to tie into the existing storm lead. And with the caller, they were able to do that, and so they took care of that. Houston Metro was out there during April relocating their fiber optic cable. So that's a photo of them installing the new fiber optic cable along the north side. And I think I may not have a photo, but Ron took a good photo showing them like removing the old boxes, putting them on the north side, and doing all the splices. So that is now officially done and no longer a conflict. And that's what I had for issues. Sam, did you want to add anything about the work completed in April or any of the issues encountered in April that I mentioned or might have forgotten?
No, I think you covered it pretty well. I'm good.
Okay. All right. Good. All right. With that, I'm going to hand it over to Sean, and you can tell us all of the field events or observations for the month of April.
Well, this actually occurred in May, but yesterday, on Saturday, I mean, we checked several manholes, and they were halfway full of water. And I was on both sides of where the dam was supposed to be, and so it's making me think there's another dam somewhere placed somewhere else. I'm not sure, but I couldn't get into it because it was halfway full of water, and I don't have confined space entry training. So,
okay.
Okay, and that's about it for the field observations.
Very
Traffic,
good. That was an observation. Thanks. Go on. Sorry. Go ahead.
traffic control is good. We put in that sanitary sewer, and we had to close one lane on the weekend, and that lane they're trying to open it back up now. They're having some equipment issues, so as last I heard, we just had one lane open on West Bellfort, but they were trying to manually move that arrow board out the way so that they could open up two lanes.
You have only one lane in the westbound or one lane in each direction?
One lane westbound. I mean, yeah, westbound, yeah.
Okay. Got it.
Um, SWPPP is pretty good. Could be a little better. Some interpretation needs to be done. It's in good shape. Most of the concrete is placed, so it's not much dirt getting in the inlets. And job safety is good. General housekeeping and cleanup is good. There was one advisory notice that I forgot to mention in last progress meeting, but it was about the 2-foot clearance for the force main. I never saw a response on that from
Oh
the
yeah,
contractor.
yeah, I remember the sanitary sludge force main, the 2-foot clearance for the water line that was installed at the intersection, right? Overnight?
Right.
Yes. I remember I discussed it with Claudius and with Sam and with Oscar. Actually, I talked to Oscar, and I think what Oscar explained to me was that they didn't really have a choice. There was no room to put it anywhere else, and he had to make a field decision whether he was going to proceed with the installation of the water line or cancel the installation for that night and just cover up the hole and come back another day, because it was overnight. So Steve and I we weren't available to answer uh, questions. That's the one drawback of doing work at night, is that, when there are questions that come up, there's just there's nobody awake. So, so I remember he said I had to make a field decision whether I should just go ahead and install it where it was, or I would have to come back another day because there wasn't enough time to, widen the hole and dig it deeper. I think because the AT&T duct bank was deeper than what he anticipated, so he would have had to go underneath that. I just remember I had this discussion with Oscar, and I think the decision was SER was going to respond to the advisory notice and just basically say that, that this was the best they could do under the circumstances, and we accept that. We understand that certain things sometimes don't work out perfectly, and it's okay. Sam, can you respond to that advisory with just what we talked about? And
Okay, is it posted in CIPMS?
Sean, do you typically send these by email, or what do you do? How do you give a hard copy to manual, or what?
I think I sent it by email on March 11th, but
Okay.
it's also posted in CIPMS.
Okay,
Okay.
I'll look it up.
All right. Okay. Yeah. So let's finalize that one and just call it done. Great. Okay. Thanks, Sean. Continue.
Also, citizen complaints. I'm sure everybody's aware. We had one citizen complaint about water not draining into an inlet from the parking lot, and about a manhole being too high. But
Yes,
we discussed that.
that's right. I think actually I added a couple slides for that. No? Oh, maybe I just imagined I did. Yeah. Darn it. Could have sworn. Oh, it is. It is here, but I somehow I put it in the wrong. Oh, I put it under May. Remember I told you there's like April and then there's May stuff. So I put it under May. Under the slide about May stuff. May. Under the upcoming. Yeah. Okay, but since you mentioned it, Sean, let me just go ahead and show it. So, issues that happened in May include the sanitary manhole. It's a little high. The sloped paving, it kind of messed up the slope paving in that area. So we decided we would just put 3 ballers around it to prevent cars from accidentally trying to drive over it and damaging the underside of their vehicles. So I haven't sent out the RFP yet, so I'm going to be doing that today. All right, so that's one. And then this one is a photo of hold on. Give me 1 second. How do I exit out of this? How do I exit out of this? Oh, I know, here. Okay. Yeah. This thing. Yeah, so you can see the title. Okay, so this is an accessibility issue. It's called TDLR, right? Yeah, TDLR might have an issue with this because it's only 33 inches and not 36. But considering that they approved these drawings before we constructed them, and they knew the location of the power poles to begin with, perhaps we can obtain a variance. I'm not familiar with this process, so if we can do that, I will get the process started. I'm going to talk to Steve about it. Yeah, okay. So that was one issue. The other issue is, okay, here's the restricted storm drain. So the storm drain got damaged when the gas line company augured and installed their gas line. So the PVC storm drain got squished, And then we tried to connect it to the inlet using 2 pipes, and it really didn't work. It just didn't work. It restricted the flow, and even if we pulled out whatever grout or leaves might have gotten stuck in these green pipes, it's still too restrictive. Like we need a full 8-inch pipe to be able to drain that property properly. So I've discussed that with Sam, and the SDR will take care of that. Okay. And then the last thing, I'll just leave this slide for later because it has to do with Willcrest roadway improvement. So let's go back to what we were talking about before. Okay.
So,
Thanks, Sean.
yeah, I'm not positive if that drain pipe is 8 inches or not. It could be 10 inches, but I'm not positive about that. But I think it's 8 inch, but I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, whatever size it is, once we uncover that, we'll remove that little bit of sidewalk that's between the wall and the inlet. Once we excavate that and uncover it, we'll find out whatever size it is. We'll just continue with that size. We'll put 2 90-degree bends, and we'll just go under the gas line and connect it to the inlet box. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, but that's good. That's the plan. Any other complaints that you
No,
know
that's
of?
it. No, that's all I have for now.
Nancy,
Okay. Yeah.
I have a note about that first item that Sean mentioned. I got a call from, after I'd heard from Sean this weekend, I talked to Oscar, and I also talked to him this morning, but the dam, or the small, there's a brick dam inside the RCB box that remains. So that needs to be taken out. We will do that. But even when you take that out, you're still going to have water in there. There is an inlet from the bayou from the north side that comes into the box, and that pipe is always halfway full because its level is usually underwater somewhat, and it's going straight to the box. So there's not another dam in there, but there's always going to be water in there because there's always water in the bayou.
There's always going to be at least 2 feet of water in there.
Not at least, but there's going to be some water in there.
Okay.
Which inlet are you talking about? The one on Willcrest?
The one, no, sir. There's one that comes from. I'd have to look on the plans to give you a station, but to be sure, I can get it and get back with you.
You want me to open up? You want me to open up the field wire drawing?
No, I need to be sure, and I'll get back with you, Nancy, and let you know. Give you a station. I'll send you an email.
Okay. Okay. Sure. Yeah.
That manhole is always going to have water in it unless you have a period of drought.
Yeah.
So it's because the bayou needs to be improved. So it's a flood control issue has a big part in that.
Okay. All right. So Steve makes a great point. He says it's a flood control issue when Keegan's Bayou is improved so that we're no longer it's no longer, the level of water is no longer higher than our pipe.
Outflow.
Yeah. So I think the let me see, how do I?
Oh, that manhole right there, right?
Oh shit. I don't have my mouse, and so I'm not very familiar how to. So here's the outflow, right? There's an outflow somewhere here. Oh, here.
Up right there. Go up.
Go up.
Right there.
That's the outflow?
Well, that's the manhole before you get to the outflow.
Oh, I see. Okay, so there's an outflow to the Keegan's Bayou, and it's
Correct.
backing up into our pipe, right? And then it backs up this way.
Yeah, Ron, is that right? You verify that?
Well, that's not what they're saying.
Okay.
They're saying that that the elevation of the water in Keegan's is higher than the elevation of our inlet. So there's going to be standing water in there at all times, which to me it's hard to believe because Keegan's is fairly low, and we're a lot higher. We're several feet higher, which is easy to prove. You just take an elevation of the water level in Keegan's, and you compare that to our flow lines in our inlets. But which is different from what you're talking about, Steve. When it rains, yes, it will back up the system, but only when it's raining.
Well, we've had a period of pretty intense rain, Ron. I mean, I don't know if it stops raining, if it stops raining for a week or 2 weeks, I think that it'll show that the water surface elevation in the bayou should be lower. You're absolutely right. But I think the bayou is kind of inundated with storm water.
Right. If we have a pretty heavy rain, it is going to back up the system.
Right.
As Keegan's fills up, it's going to come up our system. But then conversely, as it goes down, it's going to leave our system. It should leave our system.
Right.
And when Keegan's gets back to its lowest level, there shouldn't be anything on our system.
I agree.
It all should flow.
I think we just need to wait for that because I'm not quite sure we're there yet with all the rain we've had.
Oh, what rain?
Okay. The rain we had last Friday?
Last Friday.
Or not Friday, last Friday.
Yeah, that'll be gone. It's easy to go out, just look at Keegan's and see how low it is. I know I go across White Oak Bayou every day and it's down to normal. I mean, Keegan should be the same thing.
So, Sean, did you say that there was water in the manhole? This manhole? This manhole? Which manhole? Or are you talking about the inlet?
There was several manholes we popped. One right here, one right here, this one here.
Oh, but I can't see what you're pointing at.
Oh, the one near station 8+00, 7+60 about.
Here, this one?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So you had water here, and so you're saying it's high in the inlet and
It's high there.
high there and it goes down. Yeah.
And then it's also high over here on the other side. I can't see it. Here it's high. It's high there, 8+9+00.
Okay, so here?
And
That
then
manhole?
to the east of that is also high.
Okay, you popped another manhole, maybe this one?
Yeah, maybe that one.
Okay.
And that one was
All
high
right.
also.
So there might be, because I know that we had a brick dam here, right?
That's
Can
right.
you see where you can see my mouse, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, good. So we had at least one brick dam here. So wherever the other one was, yeah, at some point we are going to need to, how feasible is it to find somebody who has this confined space training to go in and look? Or if it's too much of a hassle, maybe can we video it? Or maybe the video won't work because there's water in it. I don't know.
Nancy, it's still in there. We need to remove it.
Do you know where it is? Oh.
Yeah, it was where you said it is. The dam is right there at the end.
Oh, there isn't more than one. Just the one?
To my knowledge, it's only one.
Oh. Okay. All right. So, maybe we can get an ETA on when we think that will be removed, because we're pretty much done with all the utilities.
Right. Yeah, we could do that, and I'll get that. I'll make that happen.
Okay. Thanks, Sam. Yeah, ask Manuel when and let me know. And okay, that's good. Let's go back to this. Okay. All right. Is that it, Sean? Did you want to add anything else?
I don't know if we're gonna, I don't know if it's in the budget, but sometimes we TV the storm sewer and sanitary, so I don't think a pay item exists for it, so.
It has to be done, and we plan to do that.
Hey, is it typical that we TV storm sewers or just the sanitary sewers?
We do both.
Oh, good. I didn't know. Okay, that's great. Cool. All right, excellent. Okay, I'm gonna move on, unless anyone has any final comments. I'm gonna move on to the lab. All right. Okay. So Byron, here's the question I had for you. I finally was able to figure out or learn how to check the CIPMS for your invoices, so I don't have to keep harassing you every month. So here's the West Bellfort project for the testing. Right? Here's all the testing invoices from the lab. These are the values that I have on my next slide. However, I noticed that there is one that's missing. We have an invoice for 1010, 1210, 110, 210, 310, but there's nothing for 1110. So this number, I think I got it directly from you, but it's not in our system. This value for 1110, 20,000. Huh?
That's something I probably need to look up real quick, but I can, give me a half a second here and I can look it up.
Oh.
December, Steve revised. They revised the invoice and sent it back. Ms. Chang had a issue with some backup documentation.
No.
So it was revised and sent back, and it took until February to get it fixed and back to us. February 5th, but it should be there. She should have it. I will get with them today and find out what the situation is.
Yes, please. Get with Gaju Patel and find out why that invoice isn't in the system. Is the value that I have correct?
I believe so.
Or we can do this offline. I'll talk to you after, or we can email each other. But so I just wanted to ask you if this value that I have was accurate. So maybe after the meeting you can check your values, and then you'll need to get with Gaju Patel and find out why that invoice is missing. Also, the invoice for 410 hasn't been uploaded. Have you sent in that invoice?
No.
Oh, well, okay then.
Yeah, my project coordinator quit this week of doing invoicing, and by the time
All right.
I've gotten through all the paperwork, found the missing paperwork, and last Friday we got Sean signed some missing documents, so that invoice will actually not go out until today.
Okay.
We'll work on this. Oh.
Yeah, we'll take this offline. Okay, thanks, Byron. I'll get with you about those later.
So
all right, thank you.
Now for the bad news.
Is there any? Oh, there's bad news. Oh
There's
no.
bad news this morning. On Saturday the 8th, we did some CSS at looks like the paving at station 18 plus 15, and cement stabilized sand came from a different location, so we had to run a proctor on it, and the compactions on that came back 93%. So we're then under our
Hey,
95% compaction.
Byron, I'm sorry, we're having a little bit of hard time understanding you. Maybe it just sounds a little muffled. Can you
Okay, how about
maybe
now? Is that
try
better?
again?
Is
Yes,
that better?
yes, sorry. All I
Okay.
heard was on May 8th, CSS paving at station 18 plus 15. That's what I heard.
So we shot a blind shots because the CSS came from a different location than we had on file.
Uh-huh.
The proctor came back on that this morning. I put it in and it shows our compaction there is only 93% instead of 95.
Okay.
So if we haven't paved over it, if we didn't pave over it this morning, we should hold on it.
So we
That's
should dig
been
it out?
paved over. That's been paved over. We poured the concrete Saturday.
Well, so we
Oh.
did CSS and the pavement in the same day.
That's correct.
Even though we shot blind shots.
Yeah, because we had to open the lane up because
Okay.
we could only close one lane of traffic during the weekdays, so we had to do it during the weekend. So we had to pour high already. So
All right.
Well, that's fine. That's okay. I mean, in the past, when the CSS failed and it was within like 1 or 2% of the required strength, we've let it go in cases like this because, well, what can we do now? It's already paved over. But anyway, yeah, we'll just accept this one and it's fine. We'll move on.
Yeah, I just wanted, since I got all that data this morning, I wanted to make sure everybody was, notified of it. So
Yeah, good.
other than this, things have been going great.
That's great. Hey, I have a question. I don't quite understand how the lab technicians work out there, but on Saturday they go out there and they do their what do you call it? Their density shots, and don't they know that it's 93% like on the spot, like when they're there?
If we already have a proctor on file, then
it was because you didn't get your proctor back.
They compare back to, then yes, we know instantly. If we
I see.
don't have a proctor on file like in this case where the CSS came from a different location than what we already had on file, then
I got it.
Then they don't have anything to compare to, and so that's when it changes.
Okay.
Okay,
I understand now. All right.
The yard guys
Okay.
are right outside my window, so I'm going to change over here to a different system, I think, for microphone and etc. Hopefully, I'll drown those guys out.
Uh-huh.
There we go.
All right.
All right.
Okay, that's not terrible news. It's all right. It happens. Well, thanks,
Okay.
Byron. Anything else?
Sure. No, that's all I have this morning.
All right. Terrific. Thank you. Okay, we'll just move on to submittals. So we have 54 submittals in total. There were 2 submittals in April. I don't think there's anything really to say. I mean, everything's fine with the status of the submittals. For RFIs, we have 29 RFIs in total as of yesterday, as of last night. But I'm gonna add one today. Okay. Anyway, there was one RFI that was submitted in April, and that was the one about the 8-inch fire line in front of Foodorama. And then we're already in May, so I might as well just mention it. There was another RFI regarding Reliable's conduit not connecting in the middle of the intersection. So there's going to be a small bit of rework to get to be able to allow them to connect their conduit. And so that was RFI number 29. And I'll be submitting an RFI about the drain at the car shop that we talked about earlier. So I'll be sending that. Actually, Mohammed Warad, if you can hear me or if you're online, I'm not able to send the RFI myself. So I'm going to get with you so that you can upload it.
I'm here. I'll take care of it.
Oh, thank you. Okay. I'll write it up for you. You just have to upload it for me. Thank you.
Okay. Okay.
Appreciate it.
Nancy,
All right, super. Yeah. Yeah.
RFI 29, on my end, is still not, although we've resolved the issue, I guess Ron can't respond to it because it's not released, I guess.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. So
Which one's 21, Sam?
29.
Yeah, that's the one about reliable. Remember that panel that we're going to remove?
No,
so that
no,
we're
I'm
not-
good. And Sam and I talked about that in the field, so we're good as far as.
We're good. It's just still there.
Yeah, it's just
It's just not
documented.
it. It's not in the CIPMS, I think. Hey, Mohammed Warad, can you also unlock or release the RFI number 29?
I'm trying to do it right now.
Okay, good. Thanks. Thanks. Okay, so that's good. Can't remember where that was. All right, so moving on. Or well, was there anything you wanted to say about any other RFIs? I think we're okay. We're okay. Okay. Work change directives. Okay, it says 12 change orders total, but I think at this point it's actually going to be like 14. 8 change orders have been issued and approved. That's sort of true. Number 6 got held back, so we didn't actually issue number 6 yet, but it's okay. We'll get there. And okay, claims. Yes, I'm sorry, Sam. I don't have the claims done, so I'm working on that this week. Okay, MWBE. All right, so for the month of April, or as of the month of April, the contractor has paid just a little over $1 million to all the subcontractors who are MWBE compliant, I guess, and so we've reached 17% of the original contract value. Our goal is 18% of the contract value, so we're 95% of the way there. Drug policy and insurance, liability insurance, they're all up to date. And so now we can talk about plans for May and upcoming work for May. And we've already kind of discussed a little bit the anticipated issues for May. But so, Sam, do you want to give us like a summary of what we expect for May?
Okay. Well, everybody knows we're in phase 6. That will continue. We hope to get a lot done in May. A lot of the other work that will be happening is from reliable signal, doing the poles, the controller box, the platform for the controller box. There's some sidewalk and retaining walls to also be done. And now that we have the RFP for the additional paving on Willcrest, I'll get that in, but that paving will have to be done also. That's the basics of what's going to happen. Following that will be restoration and landscaping.
All right, terrific. Restoration and landscaping. Okay, so you mentioned sidewalk and retaining walls. So I just want to clarify, the sidewalk that's left is just the sidewalk that's at T-Mobile, right? All the other sidewalk is in?
No, there's a bus pad sidewalk that has to be done on the north side. We talked about
Okay.
that last week. And there's
Yeah.
small areas of sidewalk that have to be done, but mainly I was speaking about that one at T-Mobile.
Yeah, okay. And retaining walls, are we all done with those?
Well, there's one there at that bus pad.
Yeah, uh-huh. There's one left to do? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, one left. All right, one left. Okay, sounds good. All right. Okay, I've already shown you these pictures, so I'll submit an RFP for this. I will talk to Steve about how to handle this situation, and if there are any other locations that also are less than 36 inches wide, let me know. Like if Manuel or Sean or whoever discovers any, let me know.
And let me just, I don't think we will need a variance. I think you can go down to 28 inches at a point. And I'll pull that, but we will not get a variance from TDLR. I guarantee you that. I've never in my career have been able to get a variance from TDLR.
You're lucky to get a response.
You're exactly right, Steve. But
Oh,
I don't think when we looked it up, you can go down to 28 inches at a spot.
He's right.
Yeah. Okay, 28 inches.
Right.
Hey, Ron, where do you get these regulations? Do they have like a spec book, or is it on their website? I mean, where is this written down?
Yeah, just go to TDLR or look up 88. But yeah,
Sure.
where do I get it? I go to my TDLR expert. I say, hey, give me the.
Oh, okay, good to know. All right.
But
Yeah.
yeah, it should be on TDLR's website. I know it's they have everything. It's hard to navigate through their website.
Yeah. Okay, I'll take a look.
Yeah.
All right, 28 inches at a point. Okay. Okay, good. Next. Okay, the storm drain. Yeah, that's the one I'm going to issue an RFI for. And then, oh, this is the one that's coming up that we hadn't had a chance to talk about yet. Okay, so let me zoom in here. All right, so this is the intersection, right? And, you know, we were out there last week on May 5th for our monthly site walk, and we looked at the condition of the roadway at Willcrest, and it's really deteriorated. Lots of asphalt patches and it's potholes, and it's very bumpy. And compared to the new concrete pavement that's in the intersection, it's just an eyesore. So because we have enough in our budget to cover this, we would like to add this to the scope of work. And so, Ron, I wanted to ask you, is this area correct, or did I miss something? I measured 138 feet from here to here before the driveway, just like you mentioned, and he said one driveway would need to be replaced. This driveway is going to be closed, the one right here. Now, wait, let me use my laser pointer. Okay. Oh, I can't do that? Oh, never mind.
Nancy,
Well, anyway,
that looks great. I mean, that's exactly.
okay.
Got it.
So this is the area that we're talking about. We're going to also replace one inlet, right? That B
Correct.
inlet?
Right.
Yeah. So there's going to be that inlet needs to be replaced. I just wanted to make sure there's nothing on this side, right? The southbound side.
No, nothing on the southbound side.
Okay. All right. So so I'm gonna give SER an RFP today, and hopefully they'll have a proposal ready for us maybe by next week or something. Okay. So anyway, just wanted to say those were the improvements that we wanted to add to this project. It makes sense to do it while we're here, and so anyway, Sam, did you want to say anything about this, or we're good?
I'm good for now. When I get the RFP, if I have any questions, I'll get with you.
Okay, that sounds good. All right, that's it. And now it's open for questions. I did want to say, District F joined us last week for the site visit. It was lovely having the council member attend one of our site walks. She is such a sweet lady, and we really enjoyed having her. So I hope she can come out again. I guess.
Thank you,
I'm just
Nancy. Thank you, Nancy, and everyone on the team. I just want to say, Councilmember Thomas, she was supremely appreciative of you guys making time to give her that tour, and she's super happy with the progress and the updates that you guys are giving us. And yeah, we just want to say thank you.
Thank you, Long. Yeah, it was great having you guys. And hey, I am curious about the newsletter and the pictures that you guys post about our project. So if you can
Yeah.
share, that would be fun.
I believe it was sent to, at the very least, you, Nancy, the newsletter last Thursday. If you didn't get it, I can send it to you.
Oh, last Thursday? Last Thursday, where
Yes,
was
on Thursday around 5 o'clock.
Okay. I will look for it. If I don't find it, I'll let you know, and then maybe we can resend it. But yeah, 5 o'clock Thursday,
Yeah.
I'll look for it. Yeah, sometimes I
No
get
problem.
so many emails that like I'll just totally miss something, and then like 2 weeks later, I'm searching a person's name, and I'm like, oh my God, I didn't answer this person. But it happens anyway. Sorry. Anyway, thank you. Yeah, we look forward to having you guys. Anytime you want to join, like I said, it's a monthly site visit. So since we did our site visit last week, I think we're going to have our next site visit the first week of June, first week of June. So we have plenty of time to plan for that. And that's all I had.
Gotcha.
Anybody have any questions? No? Okay. In that case, our next meeting is June 14th, the second Monday of June. June 14th, same time, same place. And that's it.
Nancy?
Yeah?
And Sean, if you're there, I'll plan to go out this week and get with you, Sean, and just make sure that we're up to date on as-built and see if you have anything you want to add, but I'll get with you.
Yeah, we do need to do that. Okay. Just let me know when. And I'm good on any day except Thursday afternoon. Actually, Thursday. Let's not do Thursday. Any other time is good.
Okay.
All right. Very cool. Very cool. Let's see. Well, that's all I had. So thanks so much for joining. Really appreciate everybody's time and comments and participation. You are a wonderful team. I enjoy working with all of you.
All right, Nancy, I've got to jump off. Thanks.
All right. Okay.
Alrighty.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Talk to y'all
Bye.
next month. Bye.
Okay. Talk to you next month. Bye. What do I need? I need to stop sharing, and then I need to stop the recording. Stop the recording.